Coming to the part 2 of the practical of the bone, that is the bone tumors. So before going to the bone tumors, just quickly revise your bone tumor classification. Here you can see the bone tumor can be classified according to the formation, what bone tumor is forming, that is the cartilage, bone forming or unknown origin. Out of this, cartilage forming means cartilage forming in the small bones or hands and feet, whereas bone forming is not seen mostly in the small bones. Coming to the benign and malignancy of the cartilage forming bone, osteochondroma, chondroma and the chondrosarcoma. So chondrosarcoma is conventional. There are the various histological types which I am not going to detail. How to remember this is cartilage bone forming either is in the periphery or either in the central line, that is your long bones and the other small bones and hand bones. So out of this, these long bones, short bones can be seen benign tumors, whereas in the periphery, I would say the central, that is the pelvis and the shoulder, you can see the malignant tumor, that is chondrosarcoma. In case of the bone forming, that is the benign and malignant. Again, in the benign tumor, that is the both long bones and vertebral column can be involved, that is the osteoma and the osteoblastoma. Then the next one is the malignant. So in case of the malignant, again it is in the long bone. The last one is unknown origin, whether it is giant cell tumor of small bones or long bones. Most of the time it is a benign when it is in the small bones, and it may be a malignant when it is in the long bones. Aneurysmal bone cyst, or also called as the ABC, can be seen in the long bones. Anemic sarcoma, it is a malignant form which is having the small round blue cell tumor. Small round blue cell tumor. It's very SRBCTC is a term under which there are the many tumors which come because morphologically they show the small blue cell tumors. Okay, the cells are neoplastic cells are blue and small, and the monomorphic, that is the similar in the feature. So this is the common feature of small round blue cell tumor, and anemic sarcoma is one of them. So please remember another tumors which comes under the terminology SRBCT. Coming to the microscopy, that is the osteoclastoma. So before going to the microscopy, I would like to share this thing. Courtesy is from the allopathology, Dr. Vijay sir from the Bengaluru. He draw this figure very neatly to make you understand that what is exactly the difference between giant cells and the tumor cell. It is actually giant cell tumor is actually a confusion or misnomer. Okay, it is called as the misnomer. Misnomer means that is the term which is not suggesting what it is. For example, in case of the giant cell tumor, the tumor cells are not the giant cells. Okay, the tumor cell are not the giant cells. Please remember here, because the tumor cell is actually quietly less in number, and these are actually round to oval cells which are called as the mononuclear cells, having the round to oval nuclei and 1 to 2 prominent nucleoli. So these are basically the tumor cells. Okay, these are basically the tumor cells, and these giant cells are many over there in this tumor. So it is called as the multinucleated giant cells. So it is a giant cell tumor. So please remember in this case that the tumor cells are the not giant cells. Okay, so this is the photo micrograph of the giant cell. Here you can see this clearly, the red arrow is indicating this is the giant cell. So you saw many giant cell under the microscope in our laboratory. Then definitely you should go for the giant cell tumor only. And these are the tumor cells which is having 1 or 2 nucleoli, nucleosis and other features of the malignancy. The next slide is chondroma. So chondroma, if you remember this from the tumor classification, that chondroma is one of the tumor which is forming cartilage. Okay, and it is from the small bones. It is from the small bones and the hands and the feet. Okay, so here you can see that this X-ray is showing a calcification of the osteoids of in the small bones, which is showing the ring calcification. This is the another term. It is also called as the enchondromas, and this is the microscopic feature. One is the low power, one is the high power. It is showing hypercellularity, and the nucleus are not that much atypical. But important thing to remember is here cartilage formation is seen. Okay, this is the new cartilage formation which is demarcated from the original cartilage, and these cartilage chondrocytes are going down. Okay, these chondrocytes are having not that much atypical feature. So these are the features of the chondroma. Come to the next slide is the osteosarcoma. So osteosarcoma, you have a gross picture. Again, osteosarcoma is a part of the malignant tumor, which is a bone forming tumor. From here you can see in the practical, this osteosarcoma is a bone forming tumor which comes in the metaphysis of the distal femur and proximal tibia. So here you can see this is the gross picture from our pathology laboratory. The specific name for it is a mutton leg. Okay, so if you are a non-vegetarian, you can see that how the mutton leg looks actually. Okay, so this is the mutton leg. So this is mutton leg like thing, the leg with the flesh. Okay, so this is the fusiform growth at the lower end of the bone, bulky tumor, gritty, as because if you are cutting this tumor, while cutting it will give a sound because of the calcification. Then another thing is it shows hemorrhages and cystic degeneration, that is called as the variegated appearance, destroying the surrounding cartilage or cortex and spread into the medullary cavity and infiltrating and replacing the bone marrow. Okay, so basically actually if you see the bone here, inside that bone marrow is there, and the outer side is called as the cortex, and this is called as the medulla. So this actually the bone tumor is arising from the cortex. It destroy this thing also, and it can go and infiltrate in the medulla also. So this is the feature of the osteosarcoma. Under the microscopy it looks like this. These are the violet color or purple color thing is the new bone formation which are not lined by the osteoblast, and this is the tumor cell. Okay, this is the tumor cell which is bizarre and multinucleated. So these are the pictures and gross microscopy from our today's practical. So thank you very much.